Have you ever paused in the middle of a quiet morning, with the light just right and a cup of coffee in your hands, and thought to yourself, I feel different now? Not in a bad way. Not in a tired or worn out way, but in a grounded, unshakable way. Like something inside you finally found stillness. That, my friend, is peace. And peace comes with age. It's not something you chase when you're young. In your 30s and 40s, you run after purpose, career, family, success. Your days are filled with rushing. But something changes over time. Something slows. And in that slowing, something beautiful happens. Today we're going to reflect on that beauty, on what it truly means to grow older and wiser with grace, clarity, and calm. The surprising strength in slowing down. When we're younger, we often equate movement with meaning. The busier we are, the more valuable we feel. But as we age, something shifts. We begin to recognize that stillness is not the absence of life, it's the presence of awareness. Slowing down lets us see, not just the world around us, but ourselves. We become better listeners to others and to our own inner voice. We don't rush to react, we respond, thoughtfully. And that, right there, is strength. Real strength. It's the kind that doesn't need to shout or prove anything. It just is. You start choosing what matters. Not out of urgency, but out of wisdom. You no longer say yes just to keep up. You say no, because you've earned the right to protect your peace. Letting go of what doesn't serve you. With age comes a powerful gift, perspective. Suddenly, things that once felt enormous begin to shrink. That disagreement from 10 years ago, it doesn't sting anymore. That mistake you made, it taught you. That person who misunderstood you, it wasn't really about you at all. You begin to let go, gently, gracefully, of the emotional weight you carried for years. The pressure to be perfect, the fear of judgment, the need for approval. It's like cleaning out a room in your home that was cluttered for decades. You open the windows, you let the sunlight in, and you finally have space to breathe. That's what peace looks like, and it's not something we find. It's something we uncover once the noise fades, embracing solitude without loneliness. One of the greatest fears people have about aging is being alone. But here's a secret. Solitude isn't loneliness. In fact, solitude can be one of the most fulfilling experiences of later life. When you sit alone with your thoughts and don't feel afraid, when you can enjoy your own company without distractions, that's peace. That's confidence. You begin to know yourself, not as someone's parent or partner or coworker, but simply you, your thoughts, your humor, your memories, your dreams even now. And from that knowing comes something even richer. Connection. Because when we feel whole within ourselves, our relationships become deeper, more genuine, not built on need, but on mutual joy. The beauty of accepting what you cannot control. In our younger years, we try so hard to control everything, our plans, our image, our health, even other people. But life has a way of reminding us gently, sometimes painfully, that control is often an illusion. Growing older invites us to surrender in the best way. Not give up, but let go. Of expectations, of timelines, of the need for everything to be perfect. And that surrender brings peace. You realize the weather will change no matter what coat you wear. People will come and go, some days will ache. But through it all, you remain grounded. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care wisely. You worry less about what could happen and focus more on what is happening, rediscovering joy in simple moments. Here's something magical. The older we get, the more we notice the small things. The steam rising from a hot cup of tea. The way the sunlight hits the kitchen floor in the afternoon. A child's laughter from the neighbor's yard. These moments used to pass by unnoticed, drowned in the noise of to-do lists and deadlines. But now they feel like gold. They are gold. This isn't nostalgia, it's awareness. And it's deeply healing. Because when we find joy in ordinary life, we stop needing big things to feel fulfilled. We start to live in real time. Not chasing the next vacation or event or holiday, just being present, fully, peacefully in the now. Understanding your true worth. You've lived, you've loved, you've lost, you've tried, failed, learned, and risen again. And through all of that, you've become someone with depth, with layers, with stories. There's a kind of quiet dignity in that. You don't need applause. You don't need to be seen to feel valuable. You know your worth. That self-assurance is one of the most peaceful feelings in the world. It's not ego. It's self-respect. And it allows you to offer your presence, your wisdom, your kindness, without expecting anything in return. You become a light, a calming presence, not because you try, but because you simply are. Rewriting the story of aging. For too long, society has painted aging as decline, as fading. But that narrative is outdated, and it's wrong. Getting older isn't about losing vitality, it's about gaining vision. It's not about stepping back, it's about stepping into a deeper, more intentional version of life. You're not invisible, you're essential. You carry the wisdom of decades, the perspective of someone who has truly lived, and that matters. That's needed. Peace comes when we stop resisting age and start embracing it. When we wear our years with pride, not shame. When we understand that every laugh line is a badge. Every silver hair, a story, finding meaning, not just moments. In our youth, we chase moments. Fun, adventure, excitement, and that's beautiful. But as we age, we begin to crave something deeper. Meaning. What have I left behind? Whose life did I touch? What legacy am I building? Not in fame or fortune, but in kindness. Peace comes when we ask those questions and answer them with honesty. When we realize we don't need to have done something extraordinary to live a meaningful life, being present for someone in a hard time, teaching your grandchildren a song, writing a letter to an old friend, these things matter. Your life matters, and it always will. A soft invitation to reflect. So, take a breath. Let this moment sink in. Feel the quiet strength within you, the agiest one that's been growing year by year. That strength is peace. And you've earned it. You don't need to rush anymore. You don't need to prove anything. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And the life ahead of you, whether it's filled with travel, quiet mornings, new friendships, or familiar routines, is yours to shape, with peace as your guide. Growing older isn't the end of the story. It's the part where everything finally starts to make sense. And that is a beautiful thing.